Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do. We're on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. We're back out of the All-Star break. I'm pumped. I'm turned up. I'm ready to help you guys make some money, man. First half of the season, man, we were hitting at about a 53% clip at Pickdawgz Premium, about a 53% clip in the All Access Club, 57% clip on the NBA Play of the Day. Real bettors know hitting at that type of clip, especially betting the volume we're betting in the NBA, hey, you can make a tremendous amount of money, and we're trying to make money over an extended amount of time. And that's exactly what we've been doing here all season. And we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video, man. I really, really do, man. We're back. NBA came back in full force as well, man. They gave us a huge card today on a Thursday, money-making Thursday. So y'all know the drill, man. We finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual, man. So without further ado, hey, let's try to do exactly that, man. If you appreciate the content, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. Let's cook it up, man. Let's smash it per usual. Let's make some money tonight. And without further ado, man, it's enough talking. Let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it, man. First game up, we got the Cleveland Cavs laying 6. I'm seeing this line actually go up a bit at the time of recording. I'm seeing some 7, even 7.5s pop up. But Cleveland, home favorites in this one over the Orlando Magic. Cleveland was red hot heading into the All-Star break. I was telling you guys it was Cleveland or nothing for me in certain spots. Heading into the All-Star break, they were just that hot, man. Cleveland was playing some of their best basketball I've ever seen them play. Do I expect them to be that exact same team coming off of a week break? No, I do not. Do I want to be laying this amount of points on the Orlando Magic, the best ATS team in basketball? No, I do not. I think the Magic, as far as I'm concerned, have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Orlando Magic plus the points in this one. There's no team in the NBA that you've made more money betting this season than the Orlando Magic. They still kind of have that stigma around them that they're just an irrelevant bad team down there in Florida, and I'm here to tell you they're not that. They're a really good defensive team. So is Cleveland. But I think this is just going to be a lower scoring defensive style game, and in that style game, I want the points in my back pocket. And I see Donovan Mitchell was questionable for this one. If the Magic play their best brand of basketball in this game, they can and will win it outright. So getting this amount of points in my back pocket with a team that has covered the point spread more times than any other team this season, I'm going to take this opportunity. Give me the Orlando Magic plus the points here in our first game of the night. Hopefully, I hear that theme song on my timeline tonight. I love when I hear that theme song on my timeline. Next game up, man, we got the Detroit Pistons out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers, 11.5 point home favorites in this one, laying a pretty big boy number. The Pistons, man, if you were betting the Pistons the last month or two heading into the All-Star break, man, you were making a pretty penny. The Pistons were a money-making team in that spot in the season. I wasn't surprised. That's a sneaky spot in the season. That's a spot in the season where you kind of see good teams start to just go through the motions, prioritize health, and trying to get to the break and then, get to the postseason. Tonight, I think, is a game where I don't want to look at these two teams as the teams that they were heading into the All-Star break. I want to look at these two teams for what they are. I'm going to be doing that a lot today. I'm going to be looking at teams for what they are, not necessarily who they were heading into the break. And for teams for what they are, when I just look at these two teams, player for player, roster for roster, man for man, the Indiana Pacers are head and shoulders better than the Detroit Pistons, and they should win this game by 15 plus points. I believe Halliburton is out of that minutes restriction that he was on him heading into the All-Star break. there was no real motivation for Indiana to come out there and blow teams out. But tonight, after having all the festivities in Indiana, again, they're head and shoulders better than the Pistons. The Pistons, we will be able to still make money on them in certain spots. I just don't think tonight is one of those spots. I think that they're still one of the worst teams in the league. Probably 29 of 30, 28 of 30, maybe 30 of 30 to certain people. We're going to make money on Detroit. Not tonight, though. I think the Pacers take them behind the woodshed. Give me Indiana. Hey, Indiana. I think Indiana's going to turn back into that team we thought they were, around the time of like the in-season tournament. It just wasn't the best spot in the season for them, but Indiana going to shock somebody in the postseason this year. And I think they're going to start to become that team again as time progresses. I think tonight they just kick the crap out of a team they're head and shoulders better than then, though. Next game up, we got the New York Knicks out on the road facing the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers favorites in this one, laying 1.5 in this game. This game is, I think, one of the toughest ones on the board tonight. The Knicks, I think, when healthy, can make the Eastern Conference Finals. I've said that many a times this season. They are healthier now than they were heading into the All-Star break. Brunson is okay. Looks like DiVincenzo's back. Hardenstein as well. Anunoby's still out, though. And, of course, Randall's still out. Of course, we know Joel Embiid's still out for the Philadelphia 76ers, but Harris is good. Batum might be back. Maxey, he's good. Tough game, man. I'm gonna take Philadelphia. I'm gonna take Philadelphia, man. Leaning on their home crowd. I think this is a 50-50 game, and I know I say all the time in 50-50 games, I'd rather have the points in my back pocket or attack the plus money. But I'm just gonna roll with my gut in this one. And my gut is telling me Philadelphia wins this game at home, at the crib. Philadelphia is still a talented team. The Knicks are still not at 100%. Again, when the Knicks are at full strength, when they have Anunoby and Randall back, bro, they're going to be really, really, really good. And they're still a good team right now, even without them. I think this is a tough ask, though, asking them to go in here and beat the Philadelphia 76ers. I think the Sixers will be prepared for this style game, for this spot. Give me the Sixers, man. Tough game. Tough game. Not necessarily rushing to the window to bet it. We'll be watching. And I like the Sixers, though, in that one. Next game up, we got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Raptors, home favorites. I see this line kind of coming down a bit from what I have on the screen. I'm seeing some 1.5s pop up. Raptors still favored in this spot. Brooklyn, they fired their coach, Jack Vaughn, over the All-Star break. At first, I was kind of surprised, but then when I sat and really thought about it, I really wasn't that surprised. This team kind of started to seem uninterested, and that's not good. That's not good at all. They have talent over there in Brooklyn. They have talent. It just seemed like he stopped resonating with the guys, so they needed a fresh voice, fresh face in the building. When teams fire their coach mid-season in every sport, they seem to kind of get a boost in morale, and I think that's what we see here with Brooklyn. When I look at these two teams, player for player, roster for roster, man for man, I believe the Brooklyn Nets are the better team. The Raptors, I know they're at home. I know they got the whole country behind them. But who are the Raptors? You know what I mean? Who are they? I mean, I could technically say who are the Brooklyn Nets as well. But I see more motivation here for the Brooklyn Nets. I think this is another 50-50 style game. This one, I do and much rather attack the plus money and have the points in my back pocket. Give me Brooklyn. They probably show out for their new coach. A boost in morale with a new face, new voice in the building. Next game up, man, we got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. I see this line coming down a bit. I see some 1.5 starting to pop up. Mavs, hey, they were red hot heading into the break. I don't know if many people were paying attention or watching Mavs basketball. Of course, I was. Man, I love the addition of P.J. Washington and Gafford. And Luka and Kyrie are healthy. And Derek Lively seems like he's going to be back for this one. The Mavs can go to the finals. Short, sweet, simple. I said it. I'm going to continue to say it. When you have a top 3 player in the game, look at the last 15, 20 years in the league. When you have one of those guys, you have a legitimate shot to make the finals. And in my opinion, Luka Doncic is the second best player in the NBA right now today. The only person I think that's better than him is the person that he was buddy-buddy with, his best friend at the All-Star game, the guy who has 2 MVPs, the guy who won championship ring last year, Nikola Jokic. I think he's the best player in the league, and I think right behind him is Luka Doncic. All that said, let's come back to tonight, man. I think the Mavs are really, really good. I think that PJ Washington and Gafford give the Mavs exactly what they were missing. Some wing presence and a second-tier big that can come in and still play big. Another lob threat for Luka Doncic. And need I remind you guys that the sidekick for Luka Doncic is arguably the best sidekick anybody could ever ask for in Kyrie Irving when healthy. When healthy, Kyrie Irving is, you heard Allen Iverson call him the best ball handler to ever touch a basketball. Need I remind you, he has some of the biggest shots hit in NBA history. The one he hit in the finals. He also has a couple more huge ones. The Mavs are going to be really scary down the second half of this season is what I'm basically trying to tell you guys. And I think it starts here tonight by beating the Phoenix Suns. The Suns did win the last meeting between these two teams. Wasn't that long ago. It was on the 24th of January. I was at that game. I was right behind the basket. Mavs came out red hot, had an 11-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and then Devin Booker got busy. Oh, yes, sir, he did. He had 46 points in that game. Hats off to him. The Suns, they are not the team they were at the beginning of the season. KD and Booker are starting to get their cohesiveness. Bradley Beal is kind of starting to find his role on this team, although he is questionable for this game tonight. The Suns looked really good in that game that I was at against the Mavs last time. The Mavs are a different team now than they were the last time they played the Phoenix Suns, though. The Mavs, if you don't know, now you know, they own the Phoenix Suns. As I tell you guys all the time, Devin Booker is Luka Doncic's son. I stand by those statements. Remember, the Mavs kicked the living crap out of the Phoenix Suns in that playoff series not that long ago. I think the Mavs are the better team. I like what I'm seeing from these boys right now. I'm going to take them here in this spot to win and cover at home at the crib. Next game up, man, we got the best team in the league, man, the Boston Celtics out on the road facing your Chicago Bulls. That's hilarious. I love saying that. But I actually see this line going up a bit. I'm seeing 8.5s actually starting to pop up for the Celtics. I kind of agree with the line move in this one. I think the Celtics are head and shoulders the better team. I think they kicked the crap out of the Chicago Bulls today. I think this is a double-digit win. I know the Celtics against the number haven't been great. And for the most part, we're probably going to be able to fade Boston and make some money down the stretch of the season. Mainly just because sometimes they're going to be overvalued and there's no motivation for them to come out and blow teams out on a nightly basis. The Celtics, kind of how I was talking about earlier, they were just winning basketball games, getting their guys their minutes, getting their guys their numbers, getting them out the basketball game. These teams could care less about covering the point spread. I tell you guys that all the time as well. They're just trying to win their games, get their numbers, get their checks, and go home. In this style game tonight, though, I think they kicked the crap out of the Bulls. For some reason, it just seems like the Boston Celtics always kick the crap out of the Bulls. Who are the Chicago Bulls is really the main question I'm asking. Yes, you can make money with the Bulls in certain spots in the season. Do I think tonight is one of those spots? No, I do not. When the Bulls are playing bad teams, they play well. When the Bulls are playing teams that they match up with quite well, they're okay. When they play good teams, they get the crap kicked out of them, and I think the Celtics kick the crap out of them, take them behind the woodshed. I see this as a double-digit win for the Boston Celtics. Not overcomplicating this one, man. Short, sweet, simple. I know the Celtics haven't been great against the number themselves, but I see this spot tonight as one where they just beat up on a team they're head and shoulders better than. Next game up, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans, 6.5-point home favorites in this one. This game makes me nervous. Everything that I look at in this basketball game tells me to take the Pelicans. we have been on auto fade the Houston Rockets on the road. Like we've been in just auto mode and that. Like that's been one of our money spots. Just fade the Rockets on the road. And I kind of want to stick with it. I'm telling you, I want to stick with it. But what makes me nervous in this spot in this game is Fred VanVleet coming back, the leader of this team, the captain of this team, the veteran. That's the better word. That's the word I was looking for. The veteran on this team, Fred VanVleet. They're a different team with them on the floor. Is that enough for them to compete on the road? I don't know. They've been terrible on the road. And the Pelicans, you can make money betting the Pelicans. You can make money betting the Pelicans. I'm not rushing to the window to bet this game. I'm not. This game makes me nervous. But again, everything that I look at in this basketball game tells me to bet the Pelicans. I've been fading the Rockets on the road all season. I don't want to really switch up on that just because VanVleet is back. When the Rockets get back home, we're going to be able to bet Houston. We've been betting Houston in Houston a ton this season. Houston has been very profitable for us this year. On the road, they've been a fade. I would not be surprised if Houston snuck in this back door. I would not be surprised if they lost this game by like 5 points. I really, really would not be surprised. But I'm going to roll with the homework, everything that I'm looking at right here in front of me. I'm going to lay the points with the New Orleans Pelicans here in this one. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, man, we got the Los Angeles Clippers out on the road facing our favorite money-making team, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Thunder Buddies, 2.5-point home favorites in this basketball game. At the time of recording, I actually see this line starting to come down. I'm seeing some 1.5s starting to pop up, man. Of course, I believe everybody's going to want to bet the Clippers here. The Clippers have the more household names. James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook. They're in LA. They were red hot heading into the All-Star break. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I also understand why the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies are the favorite here. Team, the Thunder are the better team. Players, the Clippers have the better players. This is a team game we're playing here, man. And the Thunder, boy, these boys at the crib be balling. 21-6 straight up this season at home. 18-9 against the number at home this season. The Thunder are our favorite money-making team for a reason. Thunder Buddies for life. Revenge game at home as well, as the Clippers did win the last meeting over the Thunder Buddies. The Thunder Buddies won the first meeting this season. The Thunder Buddies, if you actually go back and look at it, be balling on the Clippers, man. And I think they show up tonight. The Thunder Buddies love showing up for the big games as well. I'm on Oklahoma City tonight. I'm always on Oklahoma City, man. These boys are the second best ATS team in basketball. We talked about the best ATS team earlier in the first game with the Orlando Magic. Right behind them is Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is tied for the second best home ATS team in basketball. I trust these boys. No reason not to. Clippers, I'm a little nervous about them coming out of the break. Harden, I know he liked to party hard. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George getting a little older. The All-Star festivities. I know Shea was there as well, but the Thunder Buddies, a young team with a chip on their shoulder. And, hey, they believe that they're the better team, and so do I, and so do the books. That's why they're favored here, and I think they win this game fairly comfortably as far as I'm concerned. They match up really well with the Clippers. They're going to get the Clippers all they can handle and win this game tonight. Give me the Thunder Buddies. I'm going to lay the points with them at the crib. Thunder Buddies for life. Next game up, man, we got the Washington Wizards out on the road facing the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Denver laying 15.5. 15.5. All right. Kind of how I was talking about earlier, man, with the Detroit Pistons. I know the Pistons, you can make money with the Pistons in certain spots. And I know the Wizards are in that same mode where you can make money with the Wizards on the road in certain spots. This is not one of those spots as far as I'm concerned. I know I'm taking a lot of favorites here today, but again, I'm taking teams for what they are right now. I'm taking teams for what they are and not for what they were heading into the All-Star break. And what the Wizards are is one of the worst teams in the league. What the Nuggets are the defending NBA champions. If the Nuggets come here and play the Nugget-style basketball, they're going to kick the living crap out of the Washington Wizards as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver was up 15 at half. I think Denver could win this game by 40, as far as I'm concerned. So I know the Wizards on the road has been a pretty profitable spot. I don't see that spot being tonight, though. Would I be surprised if they covered if Denver won the game by 12 or something like that? I wouldn't be surprised, but that is still not enough for me to want to bet Washington in this spot. And I know Denver against the number hasn't been great. They've actually been pretty bad. 22, 31, and 2 against the number. Betting Denver has not been necessarily that fun. But I still believe in my heart that these boys go stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib. And I think tonight's going to be one of those nights where they flex their muscles, show just how good they are, and they kick the crap out of a team they're just head and shoulders better than. I'm laying the points at the crib with the Nuggets. Next game up, man. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm laying the points in this one with the Utah Jazz. I'm taking the teams for who they are and not for what they were heading into the All-Star break. The Jazz are head and shoulders better than the Charlotte Hornets. I know the Jazz lost 4 straight heading into the break. The Hornets had won a couple games heading into the break, but there's a reason the Jazz are still, despite all that, still double-digit home favorites in this one. The Jazz are the second best, or they're tied for second home ATS teams in basketball. Utah goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home in Utah. Charlotte, yeah, they had a little morale going before the All-Star break, but coming out of it on the road in Utah, I think is a terrible spot for them. I think the Jazz kick the crap out of them, bro. I do. Again, I'm not taking these bad teams and seeing what they were doing heading into the break and expecting them to do those same things coming out of it. They're still the worst teams in the league. The Jazz have shown us at home they take care of business. There's, again, a reason they're this huge of favorites at home at the crib. It's probably going to be fairly competitive for most of the game. And then late fourth quarter, Jazz go on a run, win the game by like 15 points is what I'm expecting here. These teams, they've been ready to get back to hooping just like we've been getting ready to bet it. You know what I mean? And I think that's why we'll see some teams tonight do what's supposed to be done. And I think the Jazz are supposed to beat the Charlotte Hornets by double digits. I'll lay the points with the Utah Jazz here in that one. Next game up, we got the Los Angeles Lakers out on the road facing the Golden State Warriors. This line has been trending up overnight. Of course, most of you probably already know the news by now. LeBron James will not play in this one, unfortunately. That's so super sad. Super sad, bro. LeBron, I'm mad at you. I ain't gonna lie. You're supposed to play in this style game. Regardless, though, even though LeBron, I'm taking the Los Angeles Lakers with the points in my back pocket. I just don't trust the Golden State Warriors ATS at home this season. Last year, we was on auto bet Golden State at home. This year, that hasn't really been the case. They've been much better on the road ATS than they have been at home. Lakers, Warriors, TNT game. These games always seem to come down to the wire, and in that style game, I want the points in my back pocket. I think Anthony Davis gives the Warriors severe problems. His presence at the rim is kind of unlike anybody in the NBA, in all honesty. When Anthony Davis is on, he's a top 5 player in the league. When he's off, though, is when we get mad at him. I think he's going to be on tonight with LeBron James missing the game. If the Warriors get hot from 3, yeah, they can win and cover here. But even if they are hot from 3, the Lakers could keep this game competitive. And I think that's more likely what we see. The Lakers keep it competitive. I would much rather LeBron be in this game. But without him in the game, I think the Lakers still do enough to keep it competitive. I want the points in my back pocket. Last game up, man. We got the San Antonio Spurs out on the road facing the Sacramento Kings. Kings, 9.5-point home favorites in this one. Not one of my favorite games tonight. Actually, one of my least favorite games. I don't trust the Kings as double-digit favorites most nights. And the Spurs, I don't bet San Antonio very often because I just don't. I know. Not the best reasoning. Pure pass for me on this last game of the night. I know, I'm sorry. Pure pass. Small lean on an under, but probably not betting that under. And 9 times out of 9, I'm not betting this game either. So I know. But, hey, We got plenty of action tonight. There is plenty of things that I am betting tonight. You guys can scoop up my favorite plays over at Pick Dawgz Premium. And that's going to conclude this episode. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man, including my NBA Player of the Day. Been hitting at a 56, 57% clip on that NBA Player of the Day. Hitting at a 53% clip at Pick Dawgz Premium. About a 53% clip in the All Access Club. But you guys know if you're a real bettor out there, at that 53% clip, you can make a tremendous amount of money, especially betting the volume that we bet in the NBA, man. You can join that All Access Club. The information for that is in the description below. The guys that have been in there are enjoying tremendous profits, man. Or if the ticket's too high for you in the All Access Club, because it is a pretty high ticket to get in there, but the way we've been running, you're going to have it back like that. But if the ticket's too high for you at the All Access Club, you can still check out what I'm offering at Pick Dawgz Premium. Very reasonably priced over there. You can join me long term over there. You can hop on a daily package. Enjoying a tremendous season in the NBA. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward, continue to help you guys make some money, man. That's the goal. And I appreciate each and every one of you that tune in and watch this video. I really, really do. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. Money Making Thursday. We're back, baby. Let's continue to cook it up. See y'all soon. I'm out of here. Peace.